I'm just going to jump into this. Everything
Yeah,
you've done,
sure.
I'm like watching you. And I know we've met through business, but I'm watching you and the things that you've done. Well, I don't want to use the word underground because that's a whole genre, but what you've done for the little guys, the ones that have no representation, you're killing it. And, you know, they've started messaging me, not asking for gigs. They've been messaging me on IG saying, hey, man, I really appreciate what you're doing. Great music, Bird on Thursdays. This is great. Sorry, I got to plug that. But, like, I'm starting to see.
We're going to get into
Yeah,
all
yeah, I
that.
know what I'm saying. But I'm seeing all the people that you're helping. I'm starting to see them now through social media. And it's great because these guys haven't had the chances that I've had or you've had or a lot of the bigger guys around town have. And it's great that you're giving them these opportunities.
Well,
So,
thank you. Yeah, a big part of Graham Radio is providing opportunities, because a problem that I had, and a problem that a lot of DJs have, and a problem that I want to talk about with you today is just the lack of opportunity. And I'm a big believer in you have to create your own opportunities. So a big reason that Graham Radio even exists is so that I can get booked at places like Ember. But
which you killed it, by the way.
thank you. Thank you. You know, thank you. And, no, that was a lot of fun.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
Sorry, I had to interrupt you real quick because that was can't talk too much details on it, but we broke records that night.
Really?
In sales.
Well, that's wonderful to hear.
So.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Sorry, sidetracked.
I remember, you know, DMing DJ X and DJ Y and approaching them in incorrect ways and not getting responses. And at the time, you know, was I a little bit annoyed? Sure. Was I wrongfully annoyed? Yes.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure that I provided myself opportunity. And I feel like just by building the market, building value in your passion, you can expand that market.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And just by bringing DJs on, like, you know, I bring a DJ on, maybe they've never recorded a mix before. Now they understand the value of recording a mix, and now they have a mix on SoundCloud, whether it's on their channel or it's a takeover.
Yep.
It's just fun. It's cool. It allows people to get exposure.
And that's that's what I'm seeing is you're giving people opportunities that, you know, we begged for me 15 years ago, 14 years ago, where I couldn't get in. Thank God I had people that would help, that could get me in the door. And that's and I saw it from your standpoint. Now I'm seeing it that you're helping others. And like, it's a beautiful thing because I also see the other side of it where people feel entitled to gigs or entitled to things. And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty entitled myself, but at the same time,
Well, I think there's a difference between someone who's been DJing for a year and feels entitled and someone who's been DJing for 15 years and feels entitled.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, I mean, there's still opportunities. I'm like, I should be doing that. But you know, there's other times you have to give someone else opportunity. You can't be on every show.
Right.
I mean, you can, but people get bored of you at that point.
So I want to know, you know, DJ Camo,
Camo.
You've been DJing for a significant amount of time. How did you get into DJing?
Well, first and foremost, that espresso is amazing.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
I take you know, for longtime listeners of Graham Radio, you know the espresso game is on.
He offered me coffee, and I said no. Then he said, "Do you want espresso?" I'm like, let's go. That 6:30 wake up call this morning was not fun.
Yeah, you went on a big run this morning.
Yeah, screw that. No, I try to do 2 5Ks a week, 3 5Ks a week.
Nice.
I'm just running for distance, running for health. But going back to what you're saying, how did I get into DJing? Well, it's a story I love to tell because I am 33, about to be 34 this year. I am a Napster baby. LimeWire, anything after that, I don't know, but that was my thing. So my first, I wanted to be a country music singer. My first 2 CDs, or first albums, I would say, but they're CDs, I got in 1994 and 95. It was Reba McEntire, I can't remember the name of the album, but it's a blue album, and Carrying Your Love With Me album from George Strait. I wanted to be a country music singer. Well, I don't know what it was, but in 1997, I guess I was in Walmart. I don't know. Found this really cool album. It said Club Mix 97. And a lot of the older people here knows exactly what I'm talking about. It was, I actually should have prepped this question because I knew you were going to ask it and have the track list pulled up because it is timeless classics. I believe, I'm trying to remember who I was talking with the other day about this. It was Gemini, DJ Gemini. We were talking about it, and it's classics. And that's what got me into, don't want to use the word EDM, but got me into electronic music. I hate the term EDM, but there is a genre of it.
Yeah, EDM, I mean, electronic dance music. It's
Yeah,
a very
but
ambiguous term.
it
But
is a very ambiguous.
But when you think EDM, I mean, when I think EDM, I think like, mainstream stuff,
like pop, dance.
Yeah, but nonetheless. So
electronic music. So that got my first forte in it. I don't remember when my parents got our first home PC, because that's what they called it back then, our first real computer.
Yeah.
My brother was 4 years older than me, so he got Napster. And he got me into music and all that, and I just started listening. And it started off in hip hop, like, we're talking Juvenile back in it was definitely late 90s. Sorry, stuttering. I have a stutter. Stutter in the list. What happens?
Oh, he's got a stutter.
I love that. Now it's so DJ button.
Yeah.
Now that's a problem. Now I know it's
Oh, great.
great. That's all we're gonna hear.
He's gonna abuse that blue button.
No. So, anyways, long story short, I started just downloading music, like I said, between Napster and LimeWire, and I started burning CDs. We're talking middle school. 8th grade year, I saved up my own money, built me a Dell computer, so I wouldn't have to share the family computer anymore, and so I had a computer in my room. Started downloading my own music. Started burning CDs. Well, started selling CDs, burnt CDs, custom CDs.
You started selling CDs. So you would burn CDs and bring them to school and sell them.
Yeah.
And this was Club 97 music?
No, this is whatever was popular, whatever we were watching on BET and MTV. Okay. Like, that's what we watched. And
so while you were in middle school, you would find the poppin' songs at the time, burn them via Napster or LimeWire onto CDs.
Then create the how old are you? You're a little bit
I'm
younger.
27.
Yeah,
I'm 28.
So I don't know if you remember, but you used to print out these stickers that go on.
Yup.
Yes. And I would have like all the cool ones, and my I just remembered my DJ name back then. I was not a DJ. I just put music on CDs, but it was Little DJ Meister.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't, for some reason,
Wait. Was it Little or Lil?
It was Little.
Okay, cool. Little DJ Meister.
But the problem was I didn't spell Meister right.
Okay.
It wound up being Little DJ Mister.
It's hysterical. Little DJ Mister.
Yeah, Little DJ Mister. And so anyway, so I would put that on all my, and it was for professional use only. Like I still have these CDs.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're in my storage unit, and I really need to. We always joke like you need to keep these things. No, I actually really need to protect these things, and I really do, because there are songs on there that I can't find anymore. That I don't know the names of them. And it's just we're not talking about Sandstorm. But, we're just talking, I don't know if you remember this Matrix song. It was a super Euro trance song, and it was just, oh, God, I'm reminiscing right now.
Like from The Matrix?
I don't think it was actually from The Matrix, but it was called The Matrix song. If I Googled it, it would probably pop up.
Okay. So you're in middle school, and you're selling all these CDs.
So let's fast forward. I'm sidetracking. I'm so ADD squirrel. So anyways, high school. Back when MP3 players came out, not necessarily iPods, but you had the Zunes, iPods, whatever the hell I had, some Samsung thing. I played soccer, and I played golf for the school, for varsity, and we would travel. We were from a small town. There was only one high school in our whole.
Where are you from?
Perry, Florida.
Okay.
which is just 50 miles southeast of Tallahassee.
How many people went to your high school
I graduated with 120
with 120 in your class?
in my class, and that's for the whole county.
Wow. So so really small town.
So my whole county population, you could times it by 3 and still not fill up Ray J.
Wow. I went to the biggest high school in the state of Florida, Cypress Bay High School.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I graduated with, I think, 1,300 kids.
Our high school didn't even have that many kids.
Yeah, most don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's get back to it.
Yeah. So
wait, hold on. So you're in middle school, burning CDs, selling CDs. Now you're in high school, and you were just saying that you were playing sports, golf, and what else?
Soccer.
And soccer. Okay.
And so we had to travel. We like the nearest high schools were an hour away from us, 45 minutes. So we had to constantly travel. Well, we would either bring CD players or MP3 players. So I would literally I would hand CDs out to the team, or take their iPods or MP3 players and take them home and upload music to them. And that's what I did. And I wasn't even doing it for money. I mean, I would sell like CDs, but like the iPods and all that. Like, I just wanted my friends to have access to music. And so, anyways, I go to Tallahassee.
Well, wait. So you wanted your friends to have. Okay, that's so cool.
No.
You wanted your friends to have access to music. Did you find that they like really appreciated that?
Yeah.
Did that bring you like a ton of joy to be spreading this music to these people?
It did. Sorry, I was jumping forward. I always do say long story short, and I jump forward.
No, you're good.
It did, because music is my release, and I'm not going to go into it right in a second. We can go into it a little bit later, but music has been a savior for me for a lot of things. I know we all say that, but realistically, it has been. And so it gave me a lot of joy to see people happy. Like I said, it wasn't about the money. And even DJing now, yes, I make a living off of it. It is my day job. It is my full-time job. It's never about the money. It's about what I love doing. I'm just very thankful I get paid to do it. So anyway, so yeah, I loved giving these kids music.
Yeah.
And that leads into me going into Tallahassee.
Yeah. So why did you go to Tallahassee?
Fun story.
So wait. So you graduated from high school, and you go to Tallahassee for what reason?
School. So I just went to TCC at first, because Bright Futures, I had a good ACT score, but I didn't get 100% to go to a 4-year. So I mean, listen. Even though with Bright Futures and Florida Prepaid, I'm still trying to help my parents save money, so they convinced me to go to TCC for free.
Tallahassee Community College.
Tallahassee Community College. So I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch the day I turned 18, because I thought that was the coolest thing ever, at Governor Square Mall, which I know you're very familiar of.
I actually worked at Governor Square Mall.
Where at?
At Sunglass World.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I worked there for like a year.
Oh yeah, I was an Abercrombie and Fitch
Nice.
kid. God. Great memories there. Great memories. But I got to meet people. I just turned 18. My birthday is early July. As soon as I turned 18, I literally packed my stuff and moved in with my brother. He was at FSU at the time. And but go Gators. Go Gators.
Cool.
Gotta say it. Don't like the Seminoles. But anyways, I went up there and worked at Abercrombie, and I just started meeting cool people. I was like, let's go out. I'm like, oh, I'm not 21. Like, let's go to the Strip. I'm like, I don't even know what that is, but let's go. Long story short, I go to Baja's one night.
Baja's is a club in Tallahassee.
Yes. It's been around forever. Fun story. I've known the owner. I've known him since then. Simon Dagg, one of the nicest people that's ever been to me in Tallahassee. But anyways, I walked in, and I'm going to start throwing some names that are now that were the head of the scene for the world at this time.
Okay, wait. So you go into Baja's, and who did you see?
David Solano.
Okay.
I think it was a Friday night. I'm with some friends, and I just literally walked in. I don't even know if it was the music, but I just saw him controlling the crowd. And I'm just enamored. I'm just like a child looking at the Lego at Toys R Us, just like, like, I want this. And this guy's playing on CDJ 400s, playing on CDs at a nightclub in Tallahassee, back when EDM was, or electronic music was still in its infancy in what we consider it now.
Are we talking 2013, 2012?
We're talking 2007.
2007. Okay.
Like David Guetta's, what was that the David Guetta Love album with like World Is Mine and all that had literally just dropped.
Okay.
Walking into Chubby's. I remember walking into Chubby's and hearing The World Is Mine. And I'm just like walking in like, this is great. And I'm like 18 years old. Like it's life changing. And I could just see how happy it made me in what the DJ was doing.
Yeah. So you walked into a venue that a lot of people, go in just to party, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with going into Baja's to party. I think that's sort of why it exists.
Yeah, that's
But
the
you
business.
walk in and you recognize not only are they playing amazing music, but this person is controlling the crowd in such a way that you're extremely inspired and enlightened by this music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was. I hate to use this term. It was a life-changing experience, but it really was.
That's okay. Yeah.
I hate that term because, my God, because everybody uses it, they overuse it, but it really was for me. Because look at where I'm at now, 15 years later. To me, that was it. I didn't start DJing immediately, but that's when I started messing around with virtual DJ. But yeah, man, I look back.
So you have this experience when you walk into Baja's and you started messing with virtual DJ. Is that what you just said? Okay.
I don't even remember. If someone handed me virtual DJ right now, I still wouldn't even know what it is. But like, I was just having fun and just learning how to play. And it's just, I realized that this is something that really intrigued me, and I needed it. I needed to know how to get from where I was to where I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And it still took 2 years to really touch vinyl.
And so was vinyl your first DJ setup?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Serato vinyl. Back when Serato, that was 2009. Like, Serato was still in its infancy, running SL1 boxes. Like,
so what was your first DJ equipment?
It was at 1200s, obviously. Shout out to one of my closest friends, best friend, my first DJ mentor, Kevin Cow, at the time K Cow. He literally started DJing 3 months before me, and I just saw him. We were in the same fraternity, and I was like, I want him as my big.
What fraternity were you in?
Sig Up.
Sig Up. Oh, cool. I was in Phi Tau.
I think you told me that when we were discussing getting ready for M-Bird.
Nice. Cool.
So anyways, I was like, I want him as my big brother because he's a DJ, and I want to learn how to DJ.
Nice.
I didn't even know who he was. Like, I really didn't. I just thought he was cool. Come to find out, like, literally 13 years later, we still talk almost every day. Well, at least someone texts a group chat every day. Someone might not respond, but anyways, he got me a pair of Techniques that Christmas. I paid for him, but he didn't give them to me. Listen.
I was gonna say that's a good big brother.
We're juniors in college.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have that kind of money, but I obviously paid for them, but he got them for me. He put up the money for me.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And my Pioneer mix.
Well, I just got to say, like, being able to give someone that opportunity, like, in the form of, like, tangible equipment, that is so awesome. Like my buddy Lex Lyon, he's a DJ out here. He's actually been on Graham Radio a bunch. This guy brings a CDJ 3000 everywhere he goes.
We talked about that at M-Bird. Yes, we did at the end of the night.
Yes, we did. Lex Lyon.
In a suitcase.
In a suitcase. He walks around with a CDJ 3000 in a suitcase whenever he has the opportunity to DJ. I bought him a flight case.
I forgot you did tell me that. Yes.
Yeah, because it's like he's putting so much work into this culture that I just needed to support him in a more tangible. I mean, the interviews and mixes are pretty tangible, but here's a flight case.
An actual putting your hands on an actual tangible. I forgot you told me that, but yeah, that same kind of the same thing. You're giving someone the opportunity. It might not necessarily be putting them on per se, but getting them.
You're pushing the culture forward.
Yeah, and you're giving them a step.
Yeah.
You're not lifting them up. Well, you might be, but like you're giving them a chance.
Yes.
To make things easier. without just handing it to them like here, man, here's an opportunity.
Right.
Which is what Kevin did for me at Asia back in the day. But anyways, I had a DJM. It was a silver Pioneer mixer. It was long, 2-channel with a digital beat. It almost looked analog, but it was just a single like old alarm clock beat reader, BPM reader on the right. I think it was a DJM 400 S. It was silver. But anyways, that was my rig for a long time.
And okay, so that's your rig that you're bedroom DJing in? Are you getting bookings?
So this is September 2009.
Okay.
My first gig, and thanks to Kevin again, was in December of 2009 at Asia in Channelside. RIP. That was literally.
So while you were in Tallahassee, did you get any gigs?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't there yet. I was meeting people, guys, because I mentioned David Solano, which is the Solano brothers. That's when the Trax twins were up there.
Wait.
Sorry, my Siri.
Oh,
and
okay.
listen, I'm just going to turn my watch off because Siri, every once in a blue moon, I won't even have to say, "Hey Siri," and she'll just start talking back to me. Last night I told Maya, and now my Siri on my phone, okay, everybody go away. Like last night I was literally telling Maya to get off me because she was in bed. I was like, "Get off me, you bitch." And
Maya is
my dog.
Your
Sorry,
dog.
not
Okay.
no, Maya is my almost 2-year-old chocolate lab. I said, "Get off me, you bitch." And Siri on my watch goes, "That's not very nice."
They're always listening.
They're always listening. So I was like, all right, so yeah, all cellular devices are now
Great.
away from here. Sorry about that. Apologies.
All good.
I hope the camera caught your face because you like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Are we under attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is the committee guys. So we have to go back because this is very important.
Okay.
These are the committee guys. They were doing promotions at Baja's and all that. This is when they came up with Dayglow.
Interesting.
And the devil from Acapulco was always doing the Dayglow parties. And this is...
Wait, the devil from Acapulco? What is that?
I mean, you're going to have to Google it. It was... this guy would come in holding batons of flames and painted his body silver. And it was just a party, man. And it's just... This is when FSU literally... I honestly say FSU and Tallahassee, God bless, I'm giving FSU any credit right now. But given Tallahassee, I really think they kickstarted.
This person?
Yes, that guy.
Okay, this is the devil from Acapulco. So who is this person?
He would run the clubs. He would just do these performances in Acapulco, I guess, and they travel around Mexico, and it just... You're gonna have to look at YouTube videos. Like,
yeah, there's so many YouTube videos.
I can't describe it without you seeing it. It was an amazing experience. But
wait, so this guy would come to Tallahassee
to Chubby's,
Chubby's, and he would do this
thing with Dayglow.
Okay. For the listeners, I am gonna overlay a screen recording of a performance of this guy. So, okay.
And I'm pretty sure there is a recording of him doing Dayglow. So anyways, these...
Wait. Hold on 1 second. Camera one. Okay, cool.
Wow, you didn't want to record me anymore? I'm sad.
No, it only records for 30 minutes at a time, then you have to restart it. So at 25 minutes, I'd just restart it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
This is the kind... I mean, I know we're just getting into... I know this conversation is going a lot longer, and that's... Honestly, I know we all got things to do today, but I'm honestly... This is great because it just goes to show you where, and that's why I was giving praise to Tallahassee is, yes, everybody thinks Miami is the mecca of EDM and electronic music, and it really is. There is a lot of great things there. But for our generation, Tallahassee really helped kickstart this. And that just goes back to Dayglow. Pretty much everybody that was in Tallahassee during this time period, Danny Crespo, DJ Crespo, Kerr. I don't know if Kerr's still around anymore. I'm just trying to think of all these DJs that came out of Tallahassee that are now traveling the world. Matt Kazes.
Yeah, I was about to say Kazes. Yeah, I've seen Kazes perform 10 billion times.
Yeah. But this is the timeline now look at them, they're running around the world playing. And I was just fortunate to be there. Now, obviously, I have done my fair share of traveling, and I'm kind of a homebody now, so I like to do what I do. But that time period, '07, well, I would say '06 to 2010 was the golden years of the club scene and electronic music in Tallahassee. I mean, there's been other things. Mark Starr was, there. And, he was one of the first person I've ever even heard of Dirty Bird. And now I'm looking at, I just talked to Mark the other day. I was like, he's coming back. Just messaged like, hey man, I'm so glad to see you're DJing again.
So we're in Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of great people. And at what point do you come back to Tampa?
So I'm not from Tampa. So I get my AA, and I was like, I want to go to med school. So FSU College of Medicine had all the other medical colleges from around the state come in. I was like, I want to go to USF. My aunt went to med school at USF. So I'm going to transfer to USF. Went down here as a junior, joined a fraternity, realized, all right, maybe biomed is not for me. Maybe I just want to go into like international business or business management or something like that.
And meanwhile, you're still messing around with your DJing?
Still messing around. And that's when I joined SIGAP, meet Kevin. God, we're all over the place.
So you weren't in SIGAP in Tallahassee. You were in SIGAP at USF.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because
cool.
obviously you can't, there are instances, but they don't have fraternities at community colleges. And
Right,
some of them
right.
will allow, like, if you're at TCC, you can join the FSU, and it's a weird.
Oh
thing.
yeah, no. When I was in Phi Tau, when I say we, I don't mean to say I.
Yeah.
But the fraternity let a lot of TCC kids in, and a lot of the TCC kids, for some reason, thought that it was okay to not pay dues, and
because they couldn't be punished.
And a lot of those TCC kids, and a lot of the Florida State kids as well, but a lot of the TCC kids would just they fucked up the fraternity, and we ended up getting kicked off campus.
Yeah.
I mean, it was while I was in law school. I had already graduated.
Yeah.
But a lot of those, so yeah. I mean, and now I'm just bitching about.
Trust me, I could bitch myself because we're not. This is not a fraternal conversation right now, but I could bitch.
So anyway, Rush Graham Radio.
Yeah.
So
GR.
So you're in Tampa. You're at USF. You're jumping around different majors. Meanwhile, you're DJing, whether it's in your bedroom, whether it's at your first gig at Asia and Channel Side. So, excuse me, take me to where you realize that you're starting to get consistent bookings.
It wasn't long after that. I was fortunate. I was fortunate that I had that electronic music background. I still love hip hop. Like, you ever hear me play a hip hop set? Like, it's one of my favorite things.
Yeah. I listen to your set at Old Dirty Sundays.
Yeah,
Really good.
I love hip hop. But anyways, I was blending a lot of pop music, finding pop remixes that have more of that 128 BPM feel. So I was different. I was playing EDM before a lot of the mainstream people were in Tampa. I mean, not people weren't playing it, but that's where my focus was. I wasn't playing WAP. I'd rather play something else. So it gave me opportunities that would not have been given to me, or I would not have had I just played straight up hip hop or rap. I would honestly say by middle of 2010, I was getting consistent bookings. I think that's when I got my residency at Prana.
Yeah, I've heard of Prana. Prana was a club.
Is a club.
It's
still there, and it's still Prana. It's still in Ybor. I pass by it every once in a blue moon when I'm in town. I mean, when I'm in Ybor, I pass by it. It's interesting. If you ever get a chance, go.
So Prana, I've never been inside Prana, and I couldn't even tell you where it is. Well, what kind of club is it?
And
actually, okay, you know what? Better question. When you were a resident at Prana, when you were a resident at Prana, what kind of music were you playing? And what year was it?
2010 EDM, playing EDM. Downstairs was hip hop. The Sanctuary where I was EDM, pop, top 40 remixes. Don't know what was on the next roof above me. Then on the rooftop, there was a live band. But yeah, so I just kept building and building and building. Still playing in Asia. This is about when Asia Wiregrass was opening, so I was playing there too. So I had some pretty consistent gigs. Legends up by USF. Never played Acropolis, just went there a lot for ladies' night on Wednesdays. But what really gave me my breakthrough was 2011. I just want to fast forward because that first 2 years just doesn't matter. 2011, 2010, the Kennedy did a DJ competition. So you think you can DJ. And it was literally like you look at who was in it then, who was in it, who's around now, and it's all the top people in the city.
Wow.
You know, kid you not, Keys.
That's awesome.
Chris Craze. I'm trying to remember them all, but it's just I still remember DJ Keys taking his damn gum flip flop off in the middle of it and start scratching records with his flip flop. It was nuts.
That's awesome.
The next year they do it again, a little bit different format. I was like, I'm going to enter it. I had all my fraternity, my parents, everybody around the state vote for me so I can get in. Wound up winning it. There's photos of me.
Wait, hit the blue button.
That one? Oh. Wound up winning it, and there's a photo of me crowd surfing in camouflage hunting pants.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was mine finally. All right, I actually am capable of this. And that's when I got my first residency at Jackson's on Fridays. I'd already, I think I played once or twice on Saturdays, and in the hip hop room, not even outside on the terrace. And so that just catapulted me. Like, all right, people can actually book me now, and like I'm actually capable. Kind of like what you do with when you do the show, like you're pulling the names out. Playhouse. Kind of like the same thing. Like that's how I've started looking at some of your people. I'm like, all right, I'm listening now. That's what happened to me at So You Think You Can DJ. People were like, all right, this guy won.
Yeah.
This guy's out there. And so that catapulted me, and it just kept building and building and building. And I mean, I'm going to skip over like 10 years, but that's where I'm at now. I just took that. That was my opportunity. And now that I'm sitting and thinking about it, that's like you and Playhouse. Ours was an actual competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yours it's a little bit different, but that's honestly.
And I will say for the listeners, Playhouse is my show where I pull names out of a bucket. The bucket is not in reaching distance of me right now. But if you come to Playhouse, you sign up, you put your name in the bucket. Throughout the whole show, I pull your name out of the bucket. DJ Camo.
Hey.
And DJ Camo gets on stage and has 15 minutes to DJ. And the whole goal of Playhouse is I don't want you to get on stage and play what you think the crowd wants to hear. If you play 100% like lo-fi house IDs, great. If you play 100% like dark, heavy techno, great. I want you to just play exactly what you want to play. The reason that you started DJing. I want you to play that. But nonetheless. Yeah. So what I hear you saying, middle school, burning CDs, high school, passing out CDs to your teammates, college, you have these experiences with music. You go to USF, you're still DJing. Someone gifts you a pair of techniques. Someone is putting you on. You win a DJ competition, and you build and you build and you network and you network and you build and you build. And now you're this guy in Tampa who controls in what is, in my opinion, the most sought after booking. You know, there's a lot of sought after bookings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sought after bookings. There's the Ritz, which many people would say is the most sought after booking. There's Water, and there's Embered, and they all have different vibes. But wait, sorry, hold on one second. Amanda, are you okay? Amanda? Amanda?
Who, me?
Yeah, sorry. All right, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. So you know that, remember I told you I don't do Five Guys or like,
Oh, are you pooping?
I threw up.
You threw up?
Yeah,
Oh.
it did not digest. Yeah,
It did not digest?
that did not happen. Yeah, no.
Do you need anything? Do you need like,
No, I feel way better now.
you feel way better now?
It's out of my body. Yeah.
Okay, just, you know,
Good.
did you use my
How y'all
tooth?
doing?
Did you, good. Did you use my toothbrush?
I use Listerine.
Okay, if you want to use my toothbrush, you can. I have many other toothbrushes, but I'm gonna ask you to either keep that toothbrush or throw it away.
Trash.
And yeah, and Listerine, and thank you.
Yeah, I'm back to 100 now.
You're back to 100.
Yeah, I feel better now.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, Five Guys sucks sometimes.
We went absolutely in on Five
I love
Guys
Five
last
Guys,
night.
but I it's something I can only eat once a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it just fucks.
No, we were gonna get pizza last night, but she doesn't do well with pizza, so she wanted to get a burger, and I was like, okay, like where can we get a good burger? What if we went to like Capitol Grill and got like a crazy burger there?
Yeah.
And then she was like, nah, let's do Five Guys, and I'm like,
I mean,
shit.
the Cajun fries are just.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't.
You're good. No, yeah, you're good. I mean,
I love it.
yeah.
I love it.
No, yeah. We
Love
went, dude. We got okay. You okay? Wait. Do you remember how much money we spent at Five Guys?
Fucking $65.
$65.
I was gonna say 40,
$65. We both got a milkshake. We both got hot
Okay.
dogs. We both got burgers, and we got a huge thing of fries.
Did y'all stop by CVS and both buy you bottles of Pepto? Because y'all probably should have mixed that with your milkshake. Honestly, you should have just got a strawberry milkshake and just put the Pepto in it. You would have blended right in. You would have been fine.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god.
No, yeah,
that
we
makes me hurt.
Yeah, we
thinking.
went absolutely in.
I mean, it sounds great, but
yeah. Are you a Quentin Tarantino fan?
yes.
Yeah, we watched Kill Bill 1 and like half of Kill Bill 2. Oh, so good. So good.
I'm still struggling watching. What's the new one? Not the
The
new.
Hateful Eight?
No. Hateful Eight's great. Especially when you watch it and they split it up in episodes.
Yes.
That's way better. No, what's the one with
Hollywood?
Hollywood? Once
Yeah.
Upon a Time in Hollywood. Man, I'm struggling with that one.
Yeah?
Like I've literally rented it on Amazon probably 7 times,
Wow.
and I've only gotten to the point where he goes, wait, woo, like wherever
Yeah.
Leonardo does, like I've only gotten to that part.
Oh, really?
And-
Oh, dude, the end is so good.
Well, I know, I'm eventually going to do it, but it's because it's such a it's
a
a
long
Quentin
one.
Tarantino
Yeah,
movie.
it's a long
I
one.
mean, Glorious Bastards. Oh my god.
Amazing.
Oh god, I remember seeing it in theaters. I had just moved to Tampa when that came out.
Oh yeah, I actually
saw it at West
have
Shore,
I have
AMC.
a funny Inglourious Bastard story. My first kiss ever, like my first girl who I ever kissed. This girl, shout out to Megan Glass. Wait, hit the blue button when I say. Wait, hold on. When I say Glassberg, I want you to hit the blue button. Shout out to Megan Glassberg. My first kiss at Camp Blue Star in like 2008 or 2009. We met up after camp, and camp is like sleepaway camp, Hendersonville, North Carolina, and it's like a sleepaway thing. And then we met up. She lives in Boca. I live in Fort Lauderdale. We go to like the movies, and we see like Inglourious Bastards, and packed theater, and I'm just like making out with her and like feeling her tits the whole time, and it definitely was kind of not. Like I look back on that and I'm like, fuck, I kind of wish I watched the movie rather than just like made out with her the whole time.
The movie's great.
So fucking
It's
good.
So good.
So every moment.
We got to get back to what we were talking about, but
Yeah.
the intensity, like the way. I mean, honestly, the way the suspense in that movie.
Dude.
But it's not like, obviously it's not scary, but just the when he's sitting there at the very beginning, when they're underneath the floorboards, and
my
he's like,
gosh.
"Are you going to speak in English now?" And he goes, "Are they downstairs?" And it just you could just feel it, and like even now when I watch it, I'm just like, it's honestly, he's got great movies. Obviously, Django. I mean, it's more funny, but there's just something about Inglourious Bastards. That's the bingo.
Dude, every single moment in that movie is just so good.
It's great.
Yeah, no, I love Quentin Tarantino. Like, we actually just watched Pulp Fiction last weekend. Dude, it's so good.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Just doing the dance. Now, where were we?
I was just okay. So I got you.
See, this is why I rely on you. keep me on pace.
So, what I hear, you telling about, your story is, it's very interesting because the origin that I hear is someone who has found solace in music. You're the guy who has always been putting people onto music. And in 2009, 2010, you get this opportunity. You take hold of this opportunity. 10 years of networking, 10 years of building, and now you run one of the 3 hottest spots in Tampa to get booked. Emberd, Water, Ritz, you're the Emberd guy.
I would like to say thank you, but wow, you say I run it. I have to give credit to Aaron Lesage.
Okay.
Wow, yes, I do the bookings. It's all because of him. He's the CEO of the Music Bureau, and I help. I help him, but I do all the bookings because he's got so many other things going on. So, while yes, I am the guy at Emberd, he's really the guy. I think I'm just the face of Emberd, or face of the music at Emberd.
So
I can't take all the credit.
I'm assuming that a lot of people hit you up to DJ at Emberd.
Not just Emberd, but Water, because I've been a resident at Water since we've opened.
Okay.
I think the Mike Piper reached out to me. So for 6 years at Water, and now I'm going on 2.5 years at Emberd. Yeah, I get a lot of DMs. Right. How do I get in? How can you book me?
So what is if someone were to approach you and want to, as someone who wants to DJ at Emberd, what's the right way to DM you? Like what is the respectful way, let me re-ask that. What is the respectful way to approach someone who can give you an opportunity?
First and foremost, show up. I'm being dead serious. Now, obviously, when I'm at Emberd, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, whether I'm DJing or setting up or anything like that. But the best thing to do is timing. Catch me when I'm not going crazy. Introduce yourself, especially when I'm packing up or setting up. That's the best time. Once the party's going, I'm sorry, but I'm listening for sound. I'm making sure that DJ is on point, making sure so many other things are going on. Now, obviously, don't bother somebody who's trying to set up and got a time frame, but introduce yourself. Hey, man, I just want to let you know I'm so-and-so. Cool, hit me up on IG. Or here's my card, email me a mix. All right, and I'm not trying to be dismissive to him, but I also have a job to do. I'm not going to mention his name. I had a kid come up to me.
Well, it's okay, but I'll bleep it out.
Yeah. I don't know his name. That's the problem.
Okay. Well, then just talk about it.
Yeah.
And so just say Jeff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna different name. Changing his name. Jeff comes up to me at Emberd on a Saturday, 1 to 5 set, very chill, very polite. I mean, oh my God, this kid, he was so timid. And I was like, come here. I already knew I knew what it was. He goes, are you Camo? I said, yes. It was kind of weird because like, oh my God, I'm DJ Camo. No, he was scared to approach me. And I not felt terrible, but I was just like, you can talk. What's up, man? I thought he wanted a song request. I was like, that's very random at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And we sat there and he goes, I would like to pick your brain. I said, well, I am DJing, but you know what? It's a Saturday afternoon. I can talk to you between mixes. And just the way he approached the situation, he took time out of his day on his Saturday when should be going out having fun, came up and talked to me when he knew I wasn't going to be as busy. Not harassing on Instagram, not saying everybody harasses, but not harassing on Instagram or anything like that. And it was honestly beautiful, respectful. He still comes to Emberd a lot, like on Thursdays where everybody does. And he was nice. But then, I appreciated his.
So what kind of questions was he asking you?
Kind of what you've done today. Like, where did I begin? What programs am I using? I am so high on this espresso right now. I just got hit with it.
Nice.
I need a sip of water.
Take a sip of water.
I literally just started sweating. I'm like, because I haven't really been drinking caffeine lately or anything. I am higher than high.
Welcome to Graham Radio.
Oh my God.
It's grams. Put it on the scale.
You definitely weighing out those espresso beans. Holy crap.
Yep.
I'm literally seeing sounds and hearing colors right now.
Welcome to Graham
What else
Radio.
did you put in there?
Oh my gosh, dude, you don't even want to know.
Hey, is there Molly in this water?
There's not.
No.
But it is an official Club Space water.
But no, I'll be honest with you, and the truth does hurt, and I don't want to sound cocky or anything like that, but people who DM incessantly, and I'm like, hey, and I try to let them down easy, and I should just be a little bit more up front, but it's just.
What's an example of an inappropriate way to reach out for a DJ booking?
Hey man, we've been friends for a long time. Book me. Okay. I've been friends with you for a very long time. There's probably a reason. I mean, I can't say that. There's a reason probably why I haven't booked you. But then like I meet people like you who I've honestly, to be completely honest with you, I've never actually heard you play. I in person. Now, obviously, I know if you're on our roster, I say on the TNB roster,
The Music Bureau.
you're obviously good enough. I mean that.
Thank you.
So I booked you. I took a risk, and trust me, I mean this in the nicest way. I was standing behind you, watching. Thank God you killed it, so I could go have some fun with my friend.
Thank you.
But no, it's I will take risk on people, but I just be persistent, but don't be annoying. And it's so hard. It's such a broad term saying don't be annoying. Follow up, couple days, couple weeks. But I mean, there's 4 Thursdays a month at Ember, because when people think of Ember, they think of Thursdays. They don't think about that we have 2 slots on Friday, 3 slots on Saturday, 1 slot on Sunday. Like, they don't think about those because the vibe is way different. But people think of Ember, they think of Thursdays. And I'm very proud of the team that we have behind us, the Three Oaks hospitality team, the Ember team, the Music Bureau team. You know, like, we all work together to turn something into what it was to what it is now. Like, it's amazing. But I just need people to realize when it comes to bookings, you do need to put yourself on. You do need to make yourself visible. But at some point, you need to tap the brakes a little bit and be like, all right, maybe I need to work on my craft a little bit. And that comes from me. Sometimes I'm not so responsive, and I've let some things sit unopened for a while.
But whose fault is that really? You know, like,
I don't know.
Like, if someone, if you want to book someone, then you will book someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And the way to get someone to do something that you want them to do is to make them want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if something goes unopened, it's because you haven't done your job. You haven't shown enough value in yourself. Now, how do you show value? By doing exactly what you just said and showing up. Hi, my name is Jeff.
Yeah.
And I am interested in what you do. I value you.
Yeah.
Also, I DJ, and I can do it the right way. And I hope that you follow me back.
Mm-hmm.
And by following me back, you're going to see all of my really, really cool content.
Yep.
Now, what does that imply? That implies that you're making cool content.
Yep.
So
If
make
I'm following-
cool content.
If I'm following, I hate to say, God, it sounds terrible. But if I'm following you back, there's a reason. And I'm not trying to say I'm too cool for that. I just don't like having 1 million followers because there's way too much on my IG feed.
You mean you don't like following 1 million people?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I follow select people because I constantly am removing people because I need to focus on what I use Instagram as a business. Yes, don't get me wrong, I follow plenty of meme pages,
Right.
but I use it for business. Like I think yesterday I was laid in bed and I think I unfollowed like 30 people, and we're talking random people. Like it's that unfortunately have no more use to me. That sounds terrible to even say.
Nah, but it's true.
But it's true.
It's like, okay,
truth,
if you have
the truth hurts, man.
if you have a business, okay, like Gary Vee, you know who Gary Vee
yes.
is, Gary Vaynerchuk, for the listeners. Gary Vee has a great theory behind hiring and firing. Hire quick, fire quick. If you like what somebody does, then you hire them, and if they meet your expectations, keep them around, and if they don't, get rid of them quick. Honestly, it's called social networking for a reason. You're networking, and if you're not doing your job networking, then bye. Yeah.
If you're not doing anything to benefit me and my network, I'm sorry. I mean, it is about me. It's my business.
Yes.
It is. Everything I do has to do with benefiting me. I'm sorry. I'm selfish that way.
You have to be.
And that's the thing. I am very selfish, and it goes back to bookings. And this is something that I tried. I tell more of my close friends than I will tell all the listeners. I am selfish of Emberd. I am very protective over Emberd. Yes, I did take a risk with you, but obviously there was a reason behind it. It was a business decision. There's a reason why. There's also a reason why very few people there's a reason why very few people have played more than once on a Thursday. There's a reason.
What is that reason?
Number one, I'm very selective of who plays. I want to share it as much. I've built myself under pause that. I have built Emberd in my mind like Old Dirty.
1 second. Camera one. Okay, cool.
So I have built Elevate Thursdays at Emberd a lot like Old Dirty Sundays at Crowbar. Casper and Fader and Deacon didn't realize that's what I was doing, but I wanted a space for the music that I enjoy, and I'm very protective over it. Yes, I have played ODS, but my God, to be asked to play ODS, especially as a local, is an absolute honor. I remember the first time I got asked to play, I thought Casper was pranking me. I really did. I was like, there's no way I'm being asked to play ODS. And
That's how I felt about Emberd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick tangent. It's September 2022. I'm finally good at using my CDJ 3000s and DJM whatever.
Yeah.
I'm finally good at using my DJ stuff. I apply to the music bureau. Zero response. Zero response whatsoever. I'm friends with Ken Apperson. He was on the Graham Radio podcast back in the Graham Radio podcast days. But zero response whatsoever. Whatever. Couple months go by. A couple people, I'm posting mixes, whatever, and I see Emberd as like a thing, and this DJ Camo guy, he's on every single thing. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is cool. I DM Emberd. This is in November, December 2022. I DM Emberd, and I get a response. I'm like, hey, I would love to DJ with you guys. Oh, we do it through a company. What's the company?
Shout out our marketing team for deflecting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, happy it worked out. So, but it made me work harder. So I DM Emberd. They say we use a booking company. What's the booking company? The Music Bureau. I'm like, great. I apply again and I follow up again, and then finally, Ken Apperson. I didn't realize he was on the other side of the emailing. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Graham? Like, it's me." I'm like, "Oh, great." So he actually really helped me out, and he's
I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, Ken Apperson's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of him. And shout out to Live Music Showcase on Fridays at 2 p.m. That is his radio show. So then I'm like, okay, I've DJ'd a bunch through the music. I've been in the music bureau for like a month now, 2 months now. And like I'm getting consistent with these interviews. Like again, I really want to meet this DJ Camo guy. Let me have him on. And I text you, and then you're like, dude, I'd love to have you at Emberd.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, let's go. I think about that DM that I sent Emberd. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Full circle. And then just like DJing, dude, that week, and I mean weeks prior, obviously, but especially that week, dude, I am up at 5 a.m. every single day DJing for like an hour. I'm not like preparing every single song, but I'm just like getting nice and comfy, getting real ready.
Yeah. And it definitely showed.
Thank you.
It definitely showed. And I know we keep talking about it, but I'm just like, especially when we recorded in that last, what was it, 2 hours, me and you go back to back.
Dude.
Like what is life?
That was such a good back-to-back, man.
I mean, that's what I love about back-to-backs, and that's what I've been loving about this whole Skrillex Fortet Fred again thing. You're just playing on the rip. If the mixes aren't perfect, so be it. I mean, obviously don't train wreck, but which we didn't. But like we had so much fun,
And it's just good synergy.
yeah. And playing back-to-back's hard. Especially if you don't know. I mean, no offense. Like I said, I never played with you. I've never heard you play live. But me and you were
great.
we're 1-1.
Yeah, like actually, and me and DJ Kia were talking about back to back, and we actually did a back to back. It's not posted;
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But it's almost like playing chess because, and it's not like me versus you. It's like okay, so you played Rhyme Dust by
I did the Nick Fanciulli edit. Yeah.
the Nick Ventura. What?
When I played Rhyme Dust?
Yeah.
That was the Nick Fanciulli remix.
Oh, was it?
I don't play the original, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I played that Nick Fanciulli
So
shit.
you played Rhyme Dust,
Yeah.
which is a popular song.
Very.
It's a very popular song, but if you're not like a fan of house music, then it's just like a good sounding song,
Yeah.
right? So I thought to myself, okay, he just played Rhyme Dust. I don't really want to play like an Afro song, like a Journey. I don't want to play like, melodic house or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, there we go again with the melodic
Yeah,
house.
yeah. We were talking off camera about whatever. So I'm like, okay, I need to play something popular, but not too popular, not too mainstream, but just mainstream enough that the heads are gonna like it, and it's like a poppin' song. I played "Different Side" by Michael Bibby.
Yes.
Which was just
And I remember I was like, what is, and the thing is, I've heard that song a million times, but I always forget the name of it. And I literally looked at you and I'm like, what is that? And you're like, it's Different Side by Michael Beebe. Like, how do you not, like, the look on his face is like, how do you not know this? I'm like, because I forget music. Like, I literally download so much music.
Well, just going back to like the chess analogy, it's like with the back to back. My goal is to complement whoever I'm backing with. Like I want to like build off of the energy. It's almost like when you're doing improv.
Yeah.
The whole thing with improv, yes and. Like I don't want to like completely change the energy. I want to add upon the energy and then give you an opportunity.
Well, it's funny because that night, number one, talking about chess, it's not like you said, you're complimenting, but you're also have to think a couple moves ahead. You really do. That's why the chess analogy is a great analogy. But that's the thing is a lot of times in back-to-backs, and me and Aaron Lesage, we do Cam together, and he's actually been my mentor since we started DJing together at Sweet Six back God knows when. But anyways, we complement each other, and it's someone has to take lead though. Someone has to take lead, and I usually. It's when it's me and him, it's usually him taking lead. But like when you and I played together, and it wasn't because this is Ember, this is mine. No, I took lead because I knew where we were going, and I did switch it up a little bit. I got a little, I brought the energy down a little bit. I remember tapping. I was like, all right, bring this back up. I'm doing this on purpose. Bring it back up, and you're like, got you. And that's the thing is a lot of times, like when you're back to back and you have to communicate and you have to, like I said, for someone who's never even heard you play, and I've only heard you play for an hour and a half before, you and I meshed perfectly together. It was a great set. Check it out on SoundCloud. And it was just amazing.
Yeah. So I want to pivot a little bit.
Yeah, please.
I want to talk about, I want to give like real solid tangible advice. Okay. So let's say that DJ Camo just booked you at Emberd, and you're going to be playing at Emberd in a month. What should you be doing during that month to make sure that your set at Emberd is the best that it can possibly be?
You better be there every Thursday, 9 to close. Not helping, you don't literally sit in the crowd. I don't care, but you need to listen. When you and I were speaking, we were picking on each other, but I was like, but you generally asked, what are we playing?
Well, if we're going to talk about that, I want to give more context. Go
ahead.
Like a week. So I had been showing up.
You had.
Yeah, because I knew that I was going to be DJing. the week of, I called you
Mm-hmm.
like on Monday, and I was like, "Hey, what should I be playing?" And you explained.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Is
Yeah,
like
yeah, go ahead.
knowing what to expect. Now it's kind of hard when we do a lot of these out of town bookings. Then we've had Sid, A-Track. Oh God, I just have had so many. Steve Lawler,
Casey
Casey
Lights.
Lights. Like I'm very open with them. You know, Joe Maz. I mean, Joe Maz is more of a top. He's more big room and all that, but I'm telling them like this is the vibe we're going with. A-Track, who is him and Armin van Helden are some of my biggest influences, and to tell someone like that, like, hey, this is how we're playing here.
Yeah.
it's kind of stressful, but when you have a local person, you need to be there every week listening, and every week's been different. You've been there almost every Thursday for the last month and a half or 2 months. And you've seen how we do this. We read the vibes. I had a girl, Mary Q from Guatemala, come in 3 weeks ago. Or whatever, doesn't matter. Played melodic house. God, we hate this term. Melodic techno, melodic house
Whatever you wanna
set.
call it.
Yeah, or the hell you want to call it. And it was one of the most beautiful sets we've ever had. We don't play that up there, but it was fine. J-Mo. Everybody loves J-Mo.
Yeah.
And I remember having that conversation with him. The first time he played, it was bass house, hip hop. I mean, he killed it. But I was like, I finally called him the week of. I'm like, hey man, week of this 420. Like, hey, I love you, dude. I love that you are you, but play like you play at the garage. He goes, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And that sucks. I hate to tell people what to do, but we have built something kind of like what ODS has. You have built it on the grounds of what you are, your identity.
So I want to go back to my question. And
Sorry.
No, you're good. I just want you to be like more specific. Okay, like let's say that you just got booked. You're a DJ in Tampa. Okay. I'll meet you on the specificity.
Yeah.
Okay. Local DJ in Tampa. You've DJ'd multiple places in Tampa. You've never DJ'd at Emberd. DJ Camo just booked you. You're going to be DJing there in a month. As DJ Camo, as the guy who is handling the bookings at Emberd, what do you want to see that DJ do the month prior, even the week prior to the booking?
Like I said, I want them there, especially on Thursdays. Like I said, Friday, Saturdays are different.
Now you said 9 to close, but is it necessary to really be there 9 to close?
Realistically, no, but yes. Because that 9 to 9:45 set that I'm playing deep house, but not like fall asleep lounge music, but I'm building the night. I need people to see, if you're going to play there, I don't need everybody to see it, but if you're going to play there, I need you to see what steps I'm taking to build up to where we're at. That 9:45 to 10:30 set, I'm now more into more techie, more underground, and I'm building up to the headliner. And then, obviously, I need you to see what the headliner's playing. Then when I go back on after the headliner's done, usually around 12:30, I got the room in the palm of my hands because the headliner just ripped it. Or we go back to back. But if you're going to come into Emberd or any venue, let's just back up. Let's say any venue. You need, and it goes back to the old days of DJs carrying wannabe DJs carrying crates for DJs. Obviously, we don't do crates, and I'm not going to make anybody do that, but you need to be present. Now, I'm not saying you need to be present and be attached to the DJ's hip or the club owner's hip or whatever, but be present, let yourself be known.
Okay, so how important do you find it to be to promote the show at Emberd? Like I love promoting. I love making all that content. I think it's super fun, and I also know how to do it. But like, let's say that you got booked, you've been showing up, but you haven't really. All you've done is like repost what Emberd put up. Like, do you find that like you want people to make their own content promoting the show, or do you not care?
If we're just talking about Emberd, I really don't care, but it's not my decision. Now because I'm there all the time, I just repost. If I had to make my own content, oh my God, I'd run out of ideas within 3 weeks. Like, it's a lot for me. But if you're playing a one-off show, like, then yeah, I want you to make your own content. Obviously, use our flyers. Don't make anything corny, but promote yourself. Promote who you are. Be who you are. But like for me, like I repost just because if I had to come up with my own content, I would literally, that'd be my full-time job, would be content creation.
Right.
And I'm not going to do that. But just going back to like actual advice, it's be present.
Yeah.
Be present and learn. And I'm not saying literally have a notepad, but pay attention. Learn. Look at what others are doing around you, and not just at Ember. Look what that goes back to what you and I talked about earlier. Me watching you, then watching the DJs that you're putting on. Like, you're always got to be looking, looking where you can go next. If you hadn't made yourself appealing, that's probably the best way to put that, appealing to what we're building at Ember, I wouldn't have booked you. you best piece of advice I've ever gotten, and it's kind of a pivot here, but you will always have a job if you make yourself valuable. And that was one of my mentors, Kevin Cowell. And I was like, how are you always getting all these good jobs and you're not getting fired, but I'm getting let from gigs, letting go of things. I'm not being put on shows. And I remember him telling me, he goes, once you make yourself valuable that someone else doesn't offer, you're golden. And that goes to a point in trying to get bookings. Like, you need to stand out without being a pain in the ass, frankly. Yeah. I mean, that's really it. I mean, like I said,
I think that's a great point. And when it comes to being valuable, I think that being unique is very, very important. But not like unique is good in certain aspects, but like, if I showed up to Emberd and I was like so unique that it was not the vibe of Emberd, then that would be a problem.
Yes. And that's the thing. It's like, I want everybody to come in and play them. I want, kind of like you said, a playhouse. I want you to play what you want. When we were talking about the mix that, I'm going to do today, we were like, I want you to play your heart out. I was like, okay, cool. And I'll drum and bass set. And you're like, yes, if that's what you want. I want people to be who they are. But unfortunately, like,
within the confines of a Thursday night at Emberd, like, of Elevate Emberd.
Yeah. And like today, I got to go. I've been very fortunate to be at Water with Pied Piper for 6 years. I've actually been with Pied Piper since 2011. I used to play on the terrace at Jackson's. I've been everywhere with Mike Piper and Corey. But that's like me now. Like, I have to do so much research for my gigs on Sundays, because just like Robin Schultz, we know Robin Schultz is a Tropical House producer. My God, his sets are anything but Tropical House. They're big energy. I have to do research, and that's kind of where I go back to what I'm saying about booking at Ember. You need to be present. You need to learn. Obviously, these guys travel, so I can't travel with them. So I have to go on YouTube. I have to go on SoundCloud and try to find what they're playing. And on a local scale, you need to be present in the venues that you want to be at, or around the DJs or the parties that you want to be at. One of us is a great example. Now, I know it's a lot bigger, but it's the same thing. Be present. I'm watching Breezy now. Breezy's one of the few people that's played Ember Thursdays more than once. She's there as much as she can be. She was there this past Thursday. And look at her. Like, she's building herself. She's being present. And it's a beautiful thing to see. Because I remember when I first booked her a year ago, I had no idea who she was. I was like, great, I'm booking this girl named Breezy from St. Pete. Now she's one of my favorite DJs.
She's wonderful.
And the personalities,
Oh,
phenomenal.
she's so great. She's actually, it's funny, we were talking about J-Mo and Breezy because this week on Graham Radio, I'm releasing a huge back-to-back J-Mo and Breezy.
Oh,
Like,
shit,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. It's actually already on SoundCloud.
Okay.
But yeah, like we have an interview with J-Mo, an interview with Breezy, and it's like a 2-hour set.
Yeah.
The first like 45 minutes is J-Mo, then 30 minutes of back-to-back, and then the last 30 minutes is all Breezy.
That's beautiful. The fact that I just brought both of them up.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
cra-
even
yeah,
know that.
yeah, crazy.
Sorry, it's not a shameless plug. I really didn't know.
Fuck it, shameless plug.
But shameless plug.
Yes.
But that's it. Like I've watched DJs, and but I've also seen so many DJs get butt hurt when they're like, why am I not being picked?
Because you're not coming out.
But it's not even that. They are out. But it's just I've known individuals long enough. I know that's not who I want representing the venues I'm at. I'm not just going to say Mbird. There's a reason why, and I can't say that because every person is different.
I think that maybe what a good way to say it is takes a long time to build trust, but it takes 1 second to lose all of it.
Yes, you can build trust for a lifetime and it'll be completely ruined in 1 second.
Yep.
I will say this, Dino Pinto, back in 2014, 2013, I was in my South Tampa douchebag days. Yeah, I would just post the most awful statuses on Facebook.
Oh, God.
I was like, I love girls who wear hair ties around their wrist just in case for an emergency blowjob. Got to put her hair up. Like I used to put up shit like that. I mean, God, there's one I want to say, but it's so bad. It's like,
Say it. I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it
I
out.
don't care. You don't have to bleep it out. But I was like, God, what was it? I don't remember. Because you made me second guess it. It was about abortion. Oh no, that's what it was. They say money can't buy happiness. But have you ever bought an abortion? Like shit like that.
It's fucking hysterical.
But it's hilarious. But oh my God, I just thought of another one. But I'm not. We're good. But
I'll bleep it out.
No.
Say it.
I
Okay.
was like, if you're on your period, and if you come to a party and you're on your period and you don't give head, then why are you wasting space?
That's fucking hysterical.
It's fucking bad. Like I said, but that was just who I was then,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was posting it, and I was getting hundreds of likes, hundreds of comments, and everybody I was getting people saw me, but Dino Pinto pulled me aside at Drink one day, when we used to do Release Fridays, and he's like, "Hey man, I get what you're doing, but you've got to fucking stop." He goes, "You're disappointing me." Oh my God, knife to the heart. Dino is one of the.
But he was being real with you.
But he was being real with me. He's like, "You've got to stop doing that." And I did.
And you don't want to book people who might give you a bad reputation. Like you don't want.
And I was giving the bad. At that point, I was the bad reputation.
right.
And
Yeah.
as Taylor Swift said, "It's me. Hi, it's the problem. It's me."
That's
like
so
I was the problem, and I wondered why I was still getting bookings, but it wasn't what I wanted
Right.
at that point. I went high, low, high, low.
So I want to pivot here.
Yeah.
I want to ask you sort of a hard question. Thursday nights, amazing. So awesome, so amazing.
Thank you.
Okay. Friday and Saturday nights, why not set up the table in the same spot as Thursday? Like wouldn't it be as poppin' or no?
We don't want it. Well, two reasons. We want Thursdays to be special, and that's not number one. The number one reason is Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. People are there to do date nights. They're there to do dinner. They're there to gather with friends. While the music is loud, and we are doing a very great job of playing music, and we've curated a great vibe. People really aren't there for the music on Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Thursdays, people are there for the music, and we take pride in that. We want Thursdays to be special. Don't get me wrong. When we first started DJing Mbird, I was outside on Fridays and Saturdays, getting a sunburn during, we'd even with the umbrella, the reflections and all that, dude. I would have to literally put like 100, and I'm dark skinned. I'd have to put 100 SPF out there because I'd be out there for 4 or 5 hours,
right,
during the day. And so, anyways, once we realized, man, it keeps raining on us. Now we're coming into rainy season. We needed to protect the venue, the what we've started building. So we just moved the DJs on the weekends inside. But Thursdays are special, very special. And with the guy with the list, Bethel, they're very special. It's almost boiler room. It's almost circle. It's almost like Electric Pickle used to be back in the day.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh God, I love playing.
Love
there.
Electric
One
Pickle.
of the best.
Oh wow, you played at Electric Pickle.
One of the
That's
best.
sick.
And it's on SoundCloud. One of the best hip hop sets I've ever played was at Electric Pickle. Not even house.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So okay, so what it sounds like the answer is, and honestly I kind of expected this answer is oversaturation.
Yeah. I don't. If we did that every night or every time, it would no longer be special.
Right. Right.
You played last week. Who was it? Was it Lex that waited in line for
Lex Lyon. Yeah. Multiple people.
Multiple people, but I remember somebody that was with us because I was waited in line for over an hour. I was like, no, why? Because you could have just called somebody and we would have came and got you. But that just goes how it is. There's an hour wait. And I always say people get to Ember early on Thursdays.
Right.
You have to.
Yeah. Actually, a couple... this is a casual flex. This one dude in particular, he actually drove. He's a contributor to Immersive Groove, my mix series. He drove 3 hours to get to Emberd. Yeah, he sent me the maps. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm driving. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Well, it's definitely a good show to come to because it was amazing,
dude. I just gotta say, man, I had so much fun.
I did too, man.
Dude, that was so great.
It's like I said, I've sit there because a lot of times when I have DJs I've never played there before, I get so anxious. Like I literally give myself a panic attack because I'm like, oh my God, please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up.
So my thing when it comes to DJing, especially if it's at a place that I've never DJed before, is that I need to have a no matter what, this is what song I'm starting with. And for me, that was a song called Body Beat by it's like Cicero, Sesero.
You gotta set yourself up.
Yes, and it's just like that song for me. It's a crowd pleaser. It's a crowd pleaser in the sense that nobody knows that song, but everybody's gonna like that song, and it's an easy song to transition out of.
Yeah.
So for me, I need a song that I know I'm gonna be comfortable with starting, especially at a venue that one I've never played at before, and two, a ton of people are there.
That's true in all statements because I do that at Water all the time. When I go back on after the headliner, and God, we have so many songs on our thumb drives and our SD cards. But I'm like, oh my God, what do I like? Because I have to wait to see where they're going to end it at. Like, I don't know that so and so is going to be playing bass house when I thought they were going to play tech house. I mean, whatever. Yeah, different genre. So I'm constantly up there like. I don't carry my laptop with me, so I'm like, shit. Like I'm trying to think what's in what folder. And that's important regardless of whether you play there every week like I do at Water or Ember. You need to know if you had stopped playing at 12:30 like you were supposed to and not go back to back with me.
Right.
That's the same thing. I would have to sit there and be like, all right, where do I start? Even though the night's already started, but where do I start? How do I keep this energy without hitting them too hard in the face and not overshadowing you, but yet not losing the energy?
Right. It's a balance. It's a really interesting balance.
A lot of people don't realize how much research goes into what we do when you do it on a professional level. Yeah. We were talking about the Michael Beebe track. I hate to use this term, but I rinse tracks. If I play a track that's over 2 months old, that's something special. I hardly play a track over 2 months old, unless it's an absolute banger,
right?
But
sure.
But because I just go through so much music.
Yeah, and you got to keep it fresh.
I got to keep it fresh because, especially, I play Inbird Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I got to say this though. A lot of people who don't DJ don't realize how much money DJs spend just on music. Like, if you, how much money do you spend per month on music?
I don't want to say that for tax purposes, but no, just for the set that I want to do today, I already have all this music. Like, I have what I wanted to play, but I wanted new shit.
Yeah.
I dropped another $80 on tracks.
Yep.
I'm not going to play a third of them. No, I won't even play half of them, but I'm going to have them for the future. Mm-hmm. I honestly, between the record pulls and Beatport, I mean, realistically, I'd probably spend $400 a month.
Yeah, and people don't realize that. People just think, oh, it's on Spotify.
Oh
you
yeah,
just download it.
You're like a jukebox, right? You can just stream it, right?
Yeah,
no, it doesn't work like that.
It does not work.
It doesn't
like
work
that.
like that. But the amount of research that goes into it, it's.
Let's think about this for a second. I know that the new, like the Opus Quad, the new Pioneer controller has Bluetooth capabilities. So wouldn't it be really, really smart for a company like Spotify to invest in some sort of streaming capability for like that you can just pull up on your phone, kind of like virtual DJ for Serato, so that DJs no longer have to spend all that money on Beatport and they can just stream as to DJ.
I mean, you have Tidal and Serato. Tidal, you can do that.
Okay, yeah.
You have that.
There you go.
Now, as far as the Bluetooth on the Opus Quad, I don't know much about it, but yeah, it's just I was so against streaming live. Then J-Dub, Josh Woodward, signed into Tidal on my computer because we were doing a little back-to-back at Bird on a Friday. He goes, "Do you have the song?" I was like, "No." He goes, "What, do you have Tidal?" I'm like, "What's Tidal?" I mean, no, I'm not paying for another subscription.
Right.
On top of everything else I got. So he signed in on it, and it's genuinely like, I was like, oh my God, this is actually helpful. Especially stuff that hey, can you play XYZ song? I don't even know what that is. All right, cool. I can play it and not have to download it and waste space on my computer now. That's why I like it. But I don't want to say old school because I'm not old school, but I am old school to be, I want the physical tracks. I want to buy the individual tracks like you would buy a record.
I don't want to have to rely on Wi-Fi.
No. Luckily, Inbird's got good Wi-Fi. And I lie to people all the time saying we don't have Wi-Fi at Water, but we do. So if I ever need it, I can download something real quick on my laptop, but I lie to them. Oh, no, we don't have Wi-Fi here.
So we've been going for a while now.
Yeah.
I want to finish it up, but I do want, I want to know, just general advice. Let's say you're a DJ, just moved to Tampa, and you have some DJ capabilities. Maybe you want to start getting bookings. How tangibly, networking is a very ambiguous term.
Yeah.
How do you start getting regular bookings as a new DJ in a new city, whether it's Tampa or not?
I'm going to use a great example here. Damien Dredd, who's with the Music Bureau. He showed up to Water with Mr. Gray, Todd's been a good friend of ours for a while. I didn't know, obviously I had no idea who Damien is. He had just moved to Tampa from God knows wherever he's from.
I think he's from Brooklyn.
Yeah, well, God knows where that is. I'm kidding. No, but anyways, he introduced himself, stayed out of the way. Let me and Mr. Gray do our thing because I'm DJing Water. He's Mr. Gray's DJing Water. Damien's there with his wife, I believe, or he's by himself. I think he was by himself. And he stayed out of the way. Hey, man, thanks for letting me hang out. Didn't try to get on stage. Didn't try to be somebody he's not. And even though he was rocking it up in the Northeast, killing it, he knew his place. So my biggest thing is, the advice I have is know your place, be patient, but be seen. It's kind of counter to be patient, but you need to be there. Be invisible, but don't be invisible. They need to know that you're there, but don't be stuck up someone's ass the whole time. Because honestly, nothing's going to push me further away from somebody than somebody who is constantly
desperate for attention
or messaging me. and I get why we're all hustlers, but there's a difference. Come on. I mean, that's just it. It's just, if I'm not responding, there's a reason. It goes back to what we said an hour ago. God, we've been doing this for so long, and I got to get to water, and I literally got to go home and change.
Shit.
And
What time do we have to get to water?
I have to play at 2.
Fuck, we gotta get.
Yeah, we got to get on there.
Yeah,
We got to get on that. Well, at least get started there.
Yeah.
But no, but Levi, I mean Graham. Sorry, God, I don't know what to call. I don't even know what to call.
Call, it doesn't matter. Call me Levi here. I don't care.
Mr. Graham,
Mr. Weinstein.
Mr. Weinstein, Mr. Weinstein. Anybody there? No. Thank you for having me. I know we were all over the place.
No, a great interview.
But it's honestly when you approached me and you're like, I want to hear from you. And you blew my ego up out the, like, I was like, I try to be humble, but I also know I'm good at what I do, but I try to be humble about it, which is not very humble. But you complimented me. You're like, I want to hear your side of things. This is supposed to be an hour-long interview, and we're hour and a half pushing. I mean, we were talking 30 minutes prior to this before we started recording. It's great to be recognized for what I have done, but also have to give recognition to those who put me on. That's kind of what this whole point of this podcast today has been, is how to get to where you want to be, how to get to where you want to be. And I would not be where I am without some very amazing people in my life that I still work with, that I still rely on. Yes, I am the face of quite a few venues around town, and people do look at me in a certain light. But all my thanks go to those who I still are behind the scenes, giving me those opportunities. Because there's no way I would have the artist relations I have or the opportunities I have without the people I've mentioned earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, dude, listen, man. Luck is opportunity plus preparation, and all these opportunities that you've been given, you prepared for, and you continue to stay prepared.
Honestly, probably the least thing I prepared for today was this set, because you asked me what Wednesday, I'm like, or Tuesday. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm busy all day Wednesday.
Oh,
I got shit to do Thursday. I got shit to do Friday. We're supposed to do this Saturday morning. I get home late late Friday. And I text you. I'm like, bro, this is not happening. And thank God, because I had 2 gigs yesterday. And I mean, I got another one today, but it's just, I was like, shit, what do I play? But we're about to find out.
Yeah. Well, DJ Camo.
Hi.
That was a really, really wonderful interview. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
For the listeners, I love you. Peace.
Toodles.
All right, great.
Oh my God, that was long.